Okay, hey guys, welcome to today's live and happy Memorial Day to you guys in the States. Even though Aspen Connor, ours was last weekend.
Was it?
Yeah, for it.
Sure
And
was.
yeah. And so I thought yours was on the same weekend as ours, but apparently it's today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So happy Memorial Day to everybody in the United States over there.
Yeah,
And
happy Memorial Day, everyone.
yeah.
Yeah, ours is called Victoria Day.
Yeah. Victoria, Queen Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was born on May 24th. Only because I Googled that before, like last week. I was like, what's our holiday again? All right. Tell my husband who's British, and he's like, yeah, who gives a shit? No, he doesn't have any, he, for him, the whole royal thing means nothing to him. In fact,
Really? And he's from.
yeah, oh
He's
no,
from
yeah, he's not a fan of the whole monarchy like that thing or whatever. He said something the other day though about that. He goes, the king, um, basically something about wants to get rid of the parliament because it's like,
yes.
and so I'm just like, so this is me right now. I'm thinking to myself, well, I think Prince Charles. And so I'm like, so who's the king? And he's like, duh, Prince Charles. And I'm like, oh yeah, right. Because I'm still not used to him. Like it, I'm still used to Queen Elizabeth, and not
Right.
that we have that there's a king,
Oh.
over there. But anyways, okay. So welcome back to, of course, Aspen, who's been gone over a week, and Charmaine, who's been gone over a week. During that time, Charmaine and Sharon had a birthday each over there. Sharon's was on the 18th of May. Charmaine's was on the 19th of May. And honestly, I didn't actually know you. Like, I thought you were only gone, Charmaine, for like a couple days. I didn't even realize you were out, like, gone for like over a week.
I was supposed to be gone for the weekend, and it
Oh,
turned into.
is that what? Okay.
Yeah.
I was
It
wondering
was not planned.
no, because I was thinking like Charmaine didn't even tell me she was like gone for a week. And so then I thought, oh, like I didn't, I was just going, oh, I thought it was just a couple days. The next thing I know, you're like, I'll be back next Sunday or something. And I'm like, right.
And then I didn't get back until this afternoon.
Hmm.
Like, it just kept going and going and going. It was
Oh my
good.
goodness.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Well, so let's quickly say hi, Miranda, CJK. Oh, I even did a poll too. It was like, what's my poll? It's okay. Did you miss Charmaine or Aspen? Okay, so bunch of liars because both. Some said both. So I had Charmaine only, Aspen only, and care level 0. Get on with the live. So 21% said care level 0, 8% said Aspen, 4% said Charmaine, and 60. And Lacey probably voted 10 times. No, and then just kidding. And then Bo said 67%. That's what it's saying. I was just doing it for the fun of it. Who missed Sunny? 0 on there. Hi, Farmer. How are you? Farmer in the Dell. Jenny's in the house. CJK and Miranda. CJK again. Let's see here. Deb's in the house. Don't usually see Deb too much anymore, besides in pictures lately. On there. Hey, Deb. And let's see here. It's enough to make Kings and Vagabonds. Oh, yeah. Kings and Vagabonds. And Ben. I haven't seen Ben in a while either. Hi, Ben. Welcome, Ben. He's been hiding out. I think he's like, it's like, oh, Sebastian again tonight. Let's see here. Miranda, did I say you already? Sharon Parker, PJ Second Chance. Oh, okay, I see. It's a lot of the same names over and over again. Okay. So this live's really not going to be. Well, we'll talk about Sebastian at the end of this and all that, but this is about Aspen and Charmaine on this one. So, and saying that, we're going to start off with Charmaine, because so she goes on this adventure. I didn't know she was actually going on this adventure, let
She
alone.
didn't either.
Yeah. And so, Charmaine, let me bring up a picture quickly of this one here. It's not going to be the Sonic hot dog. Okay, come on. Where are you? No, it's not that one. Okay, get you out of my way. Okay, let me make this bigger.
Your eyes are so pretty, Aspen. Wow.
Oh,
Oh, I look tired.
Look at his big blue eyes.
I was gonna say, like, It must have just clicked in the wrong button there because I'm just like, are we up close and personal here? Okay. So 1 second. Present. 1 sec there. Okay. There we are. Okay. So, Charmaine, tell us about your adventure, what you did.
Well, I wound up somehow in Moscow, Idaho, just for a couple of hours. Actually, probably not even that long. We had lunch at the Sonic there, and really, I couldn't get close to the house. There's a little like apartment building. It looked to me like a duplex, but it was a little bit bigger. There were 3 doors in the front, I think. But there was some kind of big steamer vac truck or something with a hose spread out along the roadway. So I wasn't able to get up into the area of the house. But I was able to see that it was gone. Obviously, we know that. But it's like a chain link fence around it with do not enter signs on it. It looks like a sandbox. It's not like a dirt pile or anything. There's no debris that I could see, but it's all just sand. And then we drove around back on Taylor Avenue, I believe it is. And the trees are really like lush. And if you go into that parking lot and walk down a bit, you could probably see down into what would you call it, like a compound or whatever. But again, like I was saying to Sunny and Aspen, it was, my head was kind of spinning when I got there because there's just nothing there. If you didn't know that this happened, you wouldn't know. There's no memorial there. There's nothing there. It's like it's been erased from existence right now.
Yeah, right now.
And I, for whatever reason, I neglected to go check out the Mad Greek. But I did because Ethan's frat house is right. Like if the house is here, you go around the corner, the frat house is like right there, just on the other side of a field. So we did go by that, and I do have a couple of pictures, and I'm trying to get them to load onto my cloud so I can send them to Sunny. But yeah, there was just.
We'll save that stuff because Aspen too has stuff. So if Charmaine can't find anything like that today, we'll just show it on the next live and stuff like that because.
Did I visit Coburger? So we sat outside the courthouse for a little bit, and I was wondering if, like, with my passport or whatever, if I'd be able to go in and just, ask around or talk to anybody. But I'm just not that kind of like investigative reporter. You know what I mean? I didn't want to seem. I don't know. I didn't want to seem like I was morbid or. I don't know. I didn't feel right about it.
And this was where? What do you, Sherman, when you're saying that?
So the law courts building is right around the building from the jail, it looks like. But yeah, so this here is from what I understand is the jail entry. And then if you go around that brick building in the front is a courthouse.
Right, where they show the little waterfall thing. Was that?
Pardon me?
Isn't there like a little water feature out in the very front with a step?
Yes, but this is where you pull in. You can pull in and park in here. So. Oh,
I remember the day we spent all day watching them fly him across the country, and then they pulled him in, late at night into this parking lot to bring him into that jail.
Yeah. No, I didn't do any of that, and I had because I'm a really deep feeler. Like I'm an empath, and Sunny talks about it all the time. And the energy of this place just struck me. It was very. I was vibrating the whole time. I was very overwhelmed, and for no good reason because there was nothing there. There was nothing there. But it was beyond sad to me that there was no like remnants of these kids.
Yeah, because they are supposed to turn that into a memorial, is what I remember from that.
Yes, they were raising money. Everything got approved, and that's why they were removing the house. Well, not why they were removing the house, but they were going to build them. But it's just not there yet. There's not. Like, I didn't see any kind of even makeshift memorial, like flowers or anything like that. I saw nothing. It was sad. It was overwhelming, but it was nothing. just
Yeah.
a big chain link fence, and it looked like a huge litter box to me from what I could see.
Wow.
Kind of
Still just,
reminds me of Picton, eh? Remember, just like homes all around it,
yeah. Yes,
the
exactly.
fence,
Just life
and
goes on
yeah.
and just erased from existence like it never happened. It was very it was overwhelmingly sad,
Mhm.
but for no reason. Like I said, it's very confusing to me and very overwhelmed with the whole thing.
Yeah.
But at the end of a very last minute trip, we didn't stay too long because there was nothing to see. The Sonic was amazing. They make the best
Yeah.
hot dogs on the planet, I swear to God.
Look at
And
these freaking long hot dogs. I got to show you guys. Because, so, anyone that's watching that doesn't know, for anyone even watching in the future, is that me and Charmaine are, of course, from Canada over here. So, I'm sitting there like, hold on, I gotta show the picture first of all, I suppose, eh? I think I clicked it, did I? Yeah, the hot dog. Okay, let me just get this hot dog picture. Miranda, 6 months. Thanks, Miranda. I love it's a crowning shame. I know she does. She was just asleep this whole time while you guys were on. Whoops, we're all big and personal again. I'm just too lazy to click on the other thing. Okay, there we go. All right, look at this freaking ass hot dog. Oh, curly. Oh, I love crinkle cut French fries, by the way, too. Or look at this thing. Look at this
they're really,
freaking dog. It reminds me like of a.
I'm telling you, I don't get much and I eat that whole thing.
I bet I love.
It's
You know
delicious.
what? I do not like big juicy hot dogs. I like the small hot dog. So that one right there looks like it's just like a long thin hot dog.
It
Perfect.
is.
I
It
would.
is.
Ew, dill pickles. Really?
Yeah. Dill
Yeah.
pickles and onions and cheese sauce and ketchup. It's so good. Like
Oh,
I
I love
could.
dill pickles, but I just don't like them on my food. Like I just don't. Yeah, for some reason the taste to me of dill pickles is a turnoff. I would rather have like the sweet pickle, like the relish. But I love dill pickles, just not on burgers or anything else, to be honest.
Hmm.
But anyways, I know so I'm just being like, when I hear you guys talk about Jack in the Box and shit, over there in the United States, and then I see this Sonic, you get you get bored of the shit that you see over here in Canada, and I just want to like hop over the border and get me some Sonic and Jack in the
I
Box.
tried to last year when I was in Phoenix. I tried Jack in the Box, and they have these mini tacos.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Beyond good. They're so good. It's
I
like a
know.
little snack box of little mini tacos.
Okay, so nice adventure. Now, what about you and Ian?
Sure.
And she's sending me like pictures of. So okay, so Sharmain, I'm just gonna tell you this now, even though I didn't say it. So I'm asking for pictures, right? And I'm like, one's in Delphi, one's in Idaho, and I'm like, and neither of you guys have sent me anything. So I'm expecting Idaho pictures when I said that comment, and Charmaine sends me pictures of a fire, the house, and all this, and I'm like, nice pictures, but I was actually
I
meaning.
have lots of scenery pictures all through Idaho, like lots of mountainous. I mean, beautiful, beautiful drive. It was really great.
So with Ian, and obviously this is they're just friends, nothing else. Friends with benefits on there, But uh, he's building this humongous house in Salmon Arm that you kind of showed me a video of and stuff like that. So where do you guys sleep? Like if you guys are building this, if he's building this big ass house in Salmon Arm, which is big, like where are you
Um,
guys sleeping? Is there
well,
like a
he's
little part of
yeah.
the house? Sorry.
Well, the bottom of the house are two apartments.
Yeah.
And he's also got a fifth wheel trailer that he stays in while he's building it.
Oh, okay. So
Mhm.
no, they didn't do anything that we wouldn't have done.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
He's a
In it,
very, very nice man.
yeah, yeah. Am I allowed to show that little video of the place or no?
I'd say let me ask him first.
Okay, Ian. Oh, look at that. He said yes already. Amazing. No, just kidding. I just not sure sometimes when they send me stuff what unless they tell me specifically. Just not sure what shit I'm allowed to share sometimes on there. But so yeah, so no big deal. You don't have to ask him. Is he watching right now, Ian?
Yeah, he probably is.
Stalker. I'm just waiting for my $70 million on Wednesday when Lotto Max. So apparently Lotto Max is 70 million, Charmaine, and BC 40 or BC 649 is like over 50 million. So
Wow.
make sure you buy yourself a ticket. Yeah. hmm Is he subscribed? I think. Is he unsubscribed?
I don't think so. He's not
Oh,
real techie. He doesn't. He
oh,
just
well,
clicks on the links that I send him. I don't know if he's watching or not. To be
oh,
honest with you.
I'm there. Okay. Yeah. All right. Toss him to the side, Charmaine. Let's work on a new one. No, but anyways, and then you went to visit your granddaughter.
Yes. So
Yeah.
she was baptized yesterday. So such a little cutie
Yeah.
patootie, and yeah,
Yeah.
she's
But yeah.
doing well.
So Charmaine just said like she got home today, so she's probably wiped out. I was thinking about it, Charmaine, too. When I woke up not to make this about myself, but I am for a second. When I woke up this morning, I just remembered now that I think about it, I felt bitchy. Like
Mhm.
I don't know why, but my headspace wasn't here this morning, but I had to work. But like, thank God I was working from home. Well, in saying that, I think sometimes it's easier once you get fresh air and go outside and then you feel more alive.
Mhm.
But all day was a struggle and it seemed like very long. But I mean, I enjoy it. But I just, when your headspace isn't there, and then as I'm working, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
at first for the first 10 minutes, I'm like, okay, so I hope I remember stuff. Like what? So now that I think about it, because I don't normally wake up feeling heavy and stuff like that, but this morning I did, and just because I had a crappy sleep. Now that I think about it, yeah. Anyway,
Sometimes I wake up and I just feel like, I don't know, somebody pooped in my cereal, and
yeah.
I don't know. Just
Wow.
everybody has a bad day.
When I run out of milk, I piss in my cereal. Just kidding. But that's yeah. So it's very rare I wake up like that. But I just remember having a crappy sleep, and I know that you're running on fumes. Aspen there, he's trying to do a live with us yesterday, and like, you know, and he's like, I'll be home in like 5 or 6 hours or 6 or 7 hours, and then he says, next thing I know, he's like freaking in. Where were you, Adam, again? Tennessee? No, like
I was in West Virginia at
West
that point.
Virginia. Mm,
Oh, and there was a storm there or something, I think I
mm,
read.
Yeah, I ended up having to stop like 3 times. Yesterday was like not a fun driving day, just because one, I had the Indianapolis 500 traffic to deal with, and then the storms chased me all the way east and caught up to me in West Virginia in the middle of the mountains.
Oh my gosh.
And like my alerts are going off on my phone and on the GPS in the car, and so I had to pull
yeah.
off, and it took an extra like I don't know 2.5 hours I think because of the storms. So yeah, I didn't get home till late last night, and then I had to get up and return the rental car this morning. And then I've been going nonstop all day today, so I
Oh,
feel
which
swollen
reminds
and
me. Yeah.
tired.
What'd you say? What's swollen?
I said so. I just kind of feel swollen and tired.
I think you look beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Even though I can see you're tired,
Yeah.
obviously. Because you didn't work today, did you, bud?
No, remember because I originally had taken off for the trial, which should technically now be entering its final
Yeah.
week, but
Yeah. One second here.
that kind of got thwarted. So
Stop straight. 1 sec.
so Charmaine, I have a
whole.
question about Idaho before.
Yeah. Before
Did
we
you go
move
to
on.
Did you go to the corner club?
No.
Salute.
No. Like I couldn't believe when we left that I missed so much that I could have. I was more concerned with the house, and I couldn't even get on the road.
Yeah.
And they,
You didn't drive from Pullman? You didn't do the drive, did you?
No, I did actually consider that, but I already felt bad enough because I mean that's a long way just for a day trip, just because it's something that I wanted to do. I kind of felt guilty, and I was considering the whole Pullman thing. But I mean,
Pullman.
I don't know
Oh,
how
yeah.
to explain how I was feeling when I was there.
Mm.
But we did go to Walmart in some town right before there.
Walmart. I don't I don't know why that's tickling me, but I'm thinking Walmart.
Hey, Sunny, like I loaded up on plastic straws, like,
Mm.
and they
Mm.
let me over the border. I was so nervous.
Well, wait, did you not claim them?
No, I did, but it's
Yeah.
contraband. They're illegal here. I
What,
have like
straws?
2,000 straws, plastic straws. Yeah,
Oh, really?
you get the cardboard ones here now.
Oh, I see. But
Yeah,
well, that's just like the whole stupid ridiculous bag thing. It's
same thing.
illegal
Yeah,
to have
plastic
plastic
bags.
bags.
It's another thing too. I got a bunch of Walmart plastic bags that I'm saving.
Yeah, buggers. Like, but yet I go to the liquor store right here when the husband goes over there and he's like, and they're plastic bags there.
Hey, we can start an illegal ketchup chip,
Yeah.
plastic bag, straw,
Yeah, between the United States and Canada
Yeah,
here.
smuggling
There's
operation.
another one on there.
What are you in prison for?
Yeah.
I
Smuggling
smuggled
ketchup.
plastic straws across the border into Canada.
Right. Okay. So, Charmaine, is there anything else you want to add from your side of your adventures, or
not that
are
I
we
can,
on to Aspen now?
not that I can think of. Like I said, I'll get the pictures from Ian, and I'll do better. Just a long day
I'll do
driving.
that.
I'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
because I thought you were back yesterday.
I was gonna be, but I didn't leave after the baptism because there was a big family thing that I stayed for, and then it's like a 9.5 hour drive. So
Mm,
I left at 6 o'clock this morning.
yeah, and I've been to Salmon Arm too multiple times as a child and in my teens because we always traveled back from Alberta, vacationing back to BC here and
Hmm.
stuff like that. So I've been to Salmon Arm, Sycamoose. Like, I mean, I've been all up in there. Nice place, nice little towns along the way. Um,
I will say that everybody's seen. I don't know. Has everybody seen these memes that shows like a house in the middle of nowhere with absolutely nothing around for miles, and it basically says, "Because fuck people, that's why."
oh,
Yeah, that's
I
basically how I felt driving up to this house because it's like, I swear, it's like 18 kilometers straight up a mountain, like to the
yeah.
top of the mountain. There's nothing there.
Right, right, and which you can kind of see,
Yeah.
like meaning in her video, like you just see that it's just like by itself. But
Yeah.
that's kind of how I would want to live, to be honest.
Hmm.
Like, I don't like I like back in the day when we were younger, houses actually had yards,
Hmm.
and like honestly, nowadays everything like it's where especially where I live here, it's just as much as you can build them high and stack them thin, and they're just everywhere across the road there, like across the highway. And honestly, you just feel like a little peon, and they're charging like 23,500 bucks for a two-bedroom apartment, and you're like, and here's this, what, everything's just like little freaking blocks, everything just looks the same, and you just keep looking around and you're like, you just feel squashed. So if
Yeah.
I could have one of those signs that say, F people, in a sense like that too, I'd be there off in a log cabin and freaking away from human beings, I'll tell you that much. Sit on
Yeah.
my internet. As long as I have good internet, I'm good.
He
But
was
yeah,
watching the live where you said, you can build me a log house or whatever. And he's like, well, send her a picture of the shed. It's a log house,
I'll
kind of.
take that. I'll take that. that thing is probably bigger than our apartment right now. Oh, and just quickly, Aspen and Charmaine, um, brother-in-law there got his work permit the other day.
Awesome.
Oh, good.
Yeah, finally.
Finally.
That's
Finally,
awesome.
yeah. All right, because it was my husband was left uneasy, and me, because here all of a sudden I lose, I get a job and he can't work because of the work permit. But anyway, so now he's worked 2 days. He worked Saturday with my husband, and he worked today, so he's back in business. So
Well, thank goodness now you can quit, Sonny. I'm kidding.
right now I can quit. No, I love my job. I love
Good.
my job. Working at home 3 days a week, customer service, helping people, but everything that I do is to do with issues, right? Right.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, how you doing today? Or you're just calling to say, like how wonderful I am or something. No, it's all to do with issues, right? So you spend your all the day, like fixing things in a sense. Like, and the thing is so cute because is that like most of the people that we get are the ones that are like the older generation, like older than me generation. And
Mhm.
it's just like, okay, Ethel, all right, get your phone. She's, type of thing. And I sit here and walk through like I'm a technical whiz and stuff like that. But it's one of those things after a while you're like, no problem, just clear your cache, turn off your freaking firewall or VPN. But anyways, it's going to be great now that all three of us are back in action. Oh, and I did take a week off during my birthday time because it has like nice perks too. So I was like, I just think I'll
Nice.
take off from June 30th to go back to work July 8th, take off my birthday
Nice.
week. Yeah. So, um, anyways, that's like I said, it's nice just to be back with everyone working, to be honest. Okay, back to Aspen. And hey, Deb, am I allowed to show a couple of those pictures that you have that you put in the chat with Purdue, you, Tom there? Am I allowed to show any of those? Aspen, am I allowed to show you and Jenica? Or no?
That would be up to Jenica.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Because she kind of actually always has her camera off, typically, doesn't
Yeah.
she? Yeah.
I always try to respect people, like stuff, like because I know, like
Oh,
because I've got pictures that
okay.
I've got pictures of people I was so I had so much fun with and met, but that I was like, what, I was like there's certain people are more private.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay. So Deb
but then
said,
there are
"Sure,
other people. Then there's also these attention, what's like
yeah,
down there that's like, show my picture, please. Let's take more.
yeah."
You should have seen her, Sonny. She was like,
Who was that?
it's not Deb. No, I'm kidding.
I was going
No,
to
I'm
say that
kidding.
was Deb, the floozy. All right, let me just show a picture of that. Hey, honey, do you need me? Okay. Okay, so here's a nice picture right here. There's Purdue, Aspen, and Deb on there. There we go. That's like
They
nice picture.
they were so sweet to invite me to lunch and treated me to lunch, which thank you. And they both brought me presents. So I,
Really? Were
they
they
won
ketchup
they
joke?
won they won a boy's heart over. But they were both so incredible in person and welcoming. Um, and I know I'm not the only one that felt that way. They got to meet them as well. Like I know they had lunch with Tom, and I think he felt the same way.
Yeah.
But no, I couldn't have said I got a little emotional meeting Deb. Like
Well,
I would never tell her that, but
I wouldn't have
when
told
I
her
first
that.
got out of the car and like thank goodness I had sunglasses on because
Yeah.
she gave me a hug, and I definitely, it took me a minute just to kind of not be like.
Well, I was going to say because it's one thing when we know these people for years and
For
we've talked to
years.
them, and then all of a sudden you're like physically meeting them. I can understand. Like I would probably tear up if I met Deb. Not so much if I met you, Aspen, but if I met Deb, I'm pretty sure that I would. But do you know what I mean? Like, and then you met Tom and Jenica, and you got to meet Becky and who else was on your adventure that you met?
I mean, I was there for 8 or 9 days total.
Rick Smith?
So,
Rick Smith?
um,
Noah?
no, I did. I don't. Well, I don't think so. I don't know if I would know what they looked like if I did run across them.
Yeah.
100%. But my intention was not to like go, like just hang out and meet people and everything like that. Like my intention was to go to the hearings. Like I wanted to see Delphi. I wanted to experience what the town was like But my main objective was to go sit through the 3 days of hearings, and to be in the courtroom and to hear the arguments that they were going to make.
That didn't happen though.
And then it's funny because I got there on Saturday night, and like the people that let me stay in their guest house were so incredible and gracious, and it's a beautiful piece of property out in the country. I won't say where, of course, but I mean it's just tranquil, and like there's a little stream, and like deer were out there, and they were so kind and welcoming, so I appreciated that so much. And then when you drive from Lafayette, which is the direction I was coming from, which that's a whole other thing, like is the directional aspect of like what you have in your mind about like where things are to then drive to them. It puts things in a different perspective. So coming from Lafayette to Delphi, you go on Hoosier Heartland, and I kind of had the whole like the whole bridge and all of it built up in my head as this thing that was like I needed to like prepare myself to kind of see, but you have to see it when you are traveling through because you go right under it. So when I first got into town, like I was by myself, and the first thing I did was go out. Was I turned off and I parked in the lot, and and it was getting ready to thunderstorm. Like it could have happened at any moment, but it was so surreal because I was the only person on the trails that I saw, and I was out there for about 2 hours. Just by myself walking the trails, and I didn't take a lot of videos or photos because because like Charmaine was talking about with like emotions and feelings, I was kind of so overtaken with the feelings I got from being being there. And there's thunder, kind of like rumbling in the back, So it was a weird kind of feeling because, I mean, we know that something horrible and tragic happened out there.
Yeah.
But if it hadn't, that place is gorgeous. It's incredible. It's beautiful. I mean, if I had been a kid and I wanted somewhere to hang out, and there aren't a lot of places for kids to hang out in Delphi, I would have been out there all the time.
Yeah. I
mean, just being out there by myself and to hear the birds and the weather, and it was. It's hard to say it's beautiful and peaceful because I know what happened there.
Yeah.
But there really is a tranquility to walking out on that bridge and to walk those trails and just to see the wildlife and experience it.
So I watched Tom's video, and like he had a little bit about the memorial park. Did you spend any time there?
I did go to the memorial park. Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean the Libby and Abbey one, of course, right? Like the ballpark.
Yeah.
I went out there for one afternoon. It's flourishing. They've got stuff booked all summer. They're doing incredible. They've got a lot of girls leagues going on right now, and school is out in Indiana, so it's really ramped up the activity out there. And I know like the Patty family, I believe, does a lot of the concession stuff, and Diane, Abby's grandmother, and Anna, they
Did you see them?
They really take an active role in the ballpark. So
did you see them when you were out there?
Who?
Anna.
I did not see,
oh, okay.
I did not see Anna. I don't think she goes. I just didn't. No, I didn't see her. So, but no. Then after I did that, I was really moved by that, that whole experience. And funny enough, I needed a few things from like having driven out, like I was out of a few little things that I needed for the week. And where else do you go but
CVS?
And it's right, right there. I mean, and literally Delphi has like one major street, and like Main Street, it runs from one end of town to the other.
Yeah.
And so on one, and both of them end at Hoosier Heartland Highway. It just kind of loops around. And on one side is the Freedom Bridge. And on the other side is where the Dairy Queen is, the Pizza Hut, the Family Dollar, the Dollar General, the CVS, and the McDonald's are all right there, like
like
right,
in
right
that,
next to each other.
Yeah.
And so I went in CVS and I actually ended up going in there a couple times throughout the week. And the ladies in there were so friendly and so welcoming.
We'll get back to that, Ben. Did you kiss Mel? I thought it said, "Did you kiss me?" Meaning him. And I'm like, what, Ben? But it says, "Did you kiss Mel?" Did you meet Mel?
I did not kiss Mel.
Did you meet her?
Met her? Oh, yeah, I met her, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I sent you a picture.
Oh, I seen a picture of Mel?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that picture. No.
I sent it. It's in our messenger. I sent you a couple tonight.
Oh, okay.
Let
me find a few more then.
But then, so I'll fast forward. But then Monday, I met a certain other YouTuber.
That's what I want to know.
The like spreadsheets.
I want to know everything.
Oh, Tom, our boy, Tom.
That one. And other people's privacy is important to me. So I mean, it's like he hadn't really made it known to a lot of people that he was going to be there, and I understand that. I understand why. But we met for lunch, and we were sitting together. We were sitting together across from the Carroll County Courthouse. After we heard like everything had been canceled, which was an odd place to be, like you're sitting there looking at the courthouse when you find out all the hearings are canceled. No, Tom's a wonderful guy. I mean, I can't say a bad thing about him. He's exactly like he is on YouTube. And by that, I mean an asshole.
Was it you that he was talking about in his video about you're like 5'9" or something, and he was 6'1", and he thought you were lying? Was that you he was referring to?
Yes, that was me. He's lying.
I knew it.
I said
because Aspen always has claimed he's been 6 foot.
Right. Well, look at me. But,
well, no, I mean you can't really compare yourself to people.
I don't think that Tom is. I think Tom is taller than 6'1".
Yeah.
I'm willing to stand back to back with Tom and have him measure me.
So Fig's trying to claim off Deb here. All's fair in love and war, pretty much, right? Yeah. Hey, let me ask you. Did you stumble and mumble over your words when you met Mel, or was it no? Because normally you would always blush up and crap on here and stuff. How was it? Like, were you nervous or not?
Come
on now. Let's get some truth.
It wasn't until the end of the trip that I met Mel, and my brain was already overloaded by it. So I think I would have been more nervous if it hadn't been for that. But no, I mean, as soon as Chaotic's actually the first person I met when I went. She just happened to be in Lafayette when I got to Lafayette that night. So we just randomly had messaged. And she was like, "Hey, I'm like 20 minutes away if you want to meet." And so I met her and her husband for a quick drink, and so it was nice to meet her. And then meeting Mel was, I mean, they're both beautiful. I mean, you can imagine, you see them.
Hey, wait, hold on a second. Not to stop you, Adam, but okay, hold on a second. because I don't understand what's going on in chat right now. But there was 2 rumors out there. One was that someone else was arrested, and I actually forgot to look at your answer. And the other one, what was the other one again?
That
That he tried to unalive himself.
Mm-hmm.
Was there truth to any of that?
No.
My understanding is that the second arrest was absolutely a rumor, completely false, and that from what I heard from a very credible source is that he did not try to unalive himself. I don't know that there wasn't an incident, but I'm told he did not try to unalive himself.
Okay, so nobody was arrested, and as court, and pretty much he didn't try.
Right, and then people went as far as to accuse a family member of saying that herself, and I've seen no evidence of where that came from. So,
okay, yeah, I mean, because you know what, I mean, I don't know. I haven't been watching any videos of anybody's, including Figs here, or nothing. I didn't even know about that whole drama until it was in like the group chat and stuff like that. You know, I am probably the worst person when it comes to certain parts of drama. I literally usually have my head down doing my own stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like pop up my head, and it's like, wait, what, hey, what?
and Fig would. And I'm just gonna say really quickly. I don't know the situation, but but what I can say is Fig would never ever say something or mislead anyone on purpose for any reason. I don't know what was said, but
okay.
Don't go after Fig.
Well, that's why I'm just confused kind of about the chat there, because I don't know what's really being, I don't know nothing about nothing, honestly. So anyways, as long as just always be respectful in chat, you guys, that's all.
Yeah.
I just don't know what's being said or.
And Mark, that's exactly what it is, a rumor. I got confirmation from someone that I got confirmation that it's not true.
Yeah.
But
okay. Well, thank you.
You can trust me as much as I trusted the person that told me. So.
Yeah. Present. Well, that was great.
You heard yourself from who asked you? You heard what yourself, Jenny?
I heard it myself. And hi, Lone Pony. Yeah, I don't know. Well, you know what? For me, unless I know like actual factually and stuff like that, to me it's just it's not fact unless I know it personally or something, and I don't know shit all about it, to be honest with you. About Fig saying RA tried to unalive himself because he's ashamed. Maybe. Like,
I mean, we won't know unless it comes from law enforcement or defense filing.
Yeah.
We won't know. It's just a rumor.
I was going to say, I mean, it still goes back to everyone's entitled to their opinions and their own thoughts.
Right.
Because if we don't know it for a fact, who are we to say if it's true or not true, to be honest with you?
That's right. So why talk about it, I think, is
the
moral of the story.
Yeah.
Right. And then Fig says I didn't say that actually happened.
Yeah. So. Anyways, well, let's.
Maybe it was miscommunication, but either way.
Yeah.
I know that Fig would never act. I know that Fig would never say something that he didn't believe or that wasn't true. Unless he was just expressing his opinion or joking, and I didn't hear it, so I'm gonna believe Fig 100%.
Mark, can you tell me what podcast, even privately?
Hey.
Well, Mark said it was on a podcast that said prisoners said it.
Yeah, like I said, at the end of the day, still people are entitled to say what they want. It's their opinion. If they want to think that if it happened, who are we? If we don't know the true answer, then we can't say it's spreading a rumor if we actually don't know if it's true or not. So unless someone specifically got that information, from Richard Allen or Ali or something, who's to say if it's not true? I don't know. I'm just, but bottom line is that, you know, who are we to say if somebody's right or wrong on that their thoughts? If I don't know.
It's a really nice picture of Aspen.
Yes, it is. Yeah, he's in the courthouse there. He didn't go visit Faith. He had the chance to go visit our Faith over there at County Clerk over there, but he didn't.
So maybe I'm dumb, but it wasn't until like once the hearings were all canceled.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
I was like, well, what do I do now? I mean, I could just go home, but I paid for my rental car for not 10 days.
Yeah.
I'd already taken all the time off of work for the trial, so I had no reason to be back in Charlotte. My accommodations were taken care of in that respect. And so I just decided to spend the week getting to know the area. And it wasn't for any purposes of YouTube or to dig up information or, throw microphones in people's faces. I really, I figured why not, use the opportunity to just familiarize myself with the culture and the people and experience a place that I've cared a lot about for a long time now, like most of us. And I said it was weird because like later I've said in a weird way, I probably had a lot of experiences and insight into Delphi that I wouldn't have gotten had the hearings taken up all of that time, and I'm grateful in a way for it because
It's meant to be, right? Honestly,
I feel like I really got more of a perception. I really feel like I got really more of a perception of that town on a normal basis, rather than when media has descended upon it to cover something specific. I don't know.
Hey, someone said, did you go by his house, Richard Allen's house?
I did, yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Somebody
else is living there now, though, right?
Yes. And when I went by, and I sent you, I sent you a picture of the intersection sign. I didn't want to be disrespectful, and when I went by, the new owners were in the garage, and the garage door was open. So I didn't want to be that person parked outside of their house taking their picture. I feel like that's invasive and rude.
Oh yeah, I get it.
So I mean, I just drove by and snapped one quick.
There. Okay,
But
I'm just gonna play this video that you sent here as well.
Again, this is just me walking up to the bridge the second time I went.
So can you see fish?
Well, you'll see. That's
Yeah.
but they ended up going out there 3 times.
Especially with the thunder.
Because having been there for 8 days, 8 or 9 days, I really got to experience a lot of things in town. That no trespassing sign, I think, is relatively new.
Oh, I was wondering why I'm hearing double your voice, but you're actually speaking right now.
Oh, yeah, you can mute it. There's no telling what I'm saying. I haven't listened to it.
So can you, after being out there now, can you see, do you have a scenario in your head on how he came up on the girls so quickly across the bridge? Because that photo was taken of Abby at 2:07, and by 2:13 that video was already ending. Was there a place on either side of this side of the bridge where he could have been lying in wait? Because we didn't see anybody in that photo of Abby, right?
Yeah, he absolutely could have been. Or he could have. I fully believe that he'd already had an encounter with those girls prior to on the bridge. So even if he had just passed them and he was walking back the other way on the trail and they walked onto the bridge, he may have just turned around once they were out of sight and then followed. I don't know, but there. I mean, yeah, there you could go off to the north there. And or to the north. But but he was clearly somewhere close by.
Yeah.
He did not come from the south end.
And what about, did you go to the cemetery? Did you get a good feel of the grade going down into that area?
Yeah, I think I got a good idea of what it would be like to go down there.
Yeah. And
Which side is that facing right there?
Crime scene. Wait, no, wait.
that's
Go
the
back.
opposite direction.
That's the opposite side, yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay.
But if you can see, you can look how clear the water is there. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, you could definitely see fish.
so
I mean,
so on that day when I went, so that was the day it was getting ready. It was getting ready to start thunderstorming. The water was a little bit more still, but it was very clear. I didn't see any fish, but had there been fish to see, you absolutely could have seen them. Now, when I went back a few days later, there's another video or picture I sent Sunny in Messenger, where there's no way you could have.
But I mean,
So
I know
just
it's a
in the-
moving.
Sorry.
I know it's a moving creek, but like I don't know how fish survive and stuff. But don't they kind of stay still? Not like completely still, but I mean, going out in February to watch fish just seems asinine to me. I don't know.
really?
I know my brother has big koi fish in his pond, and in the winter months, the water does freeze, even though there's a pump under there moving the water. But he said they stay basically under the rocks. Their heart rate slows down, and they just don't move a whole lot.
I do want to answer. Well, Bogey says his escape route.
Yeah, answer whatever.
I as far as the escape route, there weren't other people really for me to like test that out with. And I really think, I mean, I can definitely see if you're out on that bridge in like winds, it might be different. I don't know. I just,
but no leaves on the trees.
The foliage, it changes the
whole
the area a lot.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to say to Ben's question, after having been there, it was the first and most major takeaway I had was that there's not a single, I don't have a single doubt that this was a local person, because there's not a way in heck that someone that was not familiar with that area knew, one, that the bridge was there, two, how to get there, where to park to not be seen, how you would ever leave the crime scene and ever find your car back. No, that was 100% local.
Well, even Steve with True Crime, the first time he went out there, he put it in Google Maps to find the bridge, and it took them somewhere completely different.
When and like your bearings about you when you go out there, I mean, and it's part of it is the fact that like it's summer and so things are overgrown. It took me forever to figure out where the CPS lot was. And I've looked at these maps a million times, and it's one road. Like it's like I know where it has to be, but I'm like, it's not there.
Right.
But
See what Don Spain says there? He says, talking to Bogey, but he says, I was there in early April. My wife could hear me and others complete conversations from the crime scene when she was on the bridge.
Right. And see, and I've heard that from other people that have tested it out. And it's all seems dependent on I think a lot of factors. I think the foliage, the wind, just a lot of things. So I've heard people try to yell at each other across the creek and not be able to hear what each other are saying. So,
but you could probably hear voices, because to me this would remind me of a bit of an echo chamber a bit.
Another thing that I found, there's not a logical reason in the world anyone would ever go to that bridge or even just the trails and park at the CPS building. ever. I mean, because you have the main parking lot, which you have to pass the Mears lot. I would rather pull off on the side of the road and just park along the side of the road or in the cemetery. The CPS lot makes no sense unless you're trying to conceal your vehicle because you can back up.
Okay, so then, but then why, like, how far back is the tree line from 300 North? Why was he walking down the road in the middle of the day covered in mud, if not mud and blood? Like, how, so he thought well enough to park to conceal his vehicle at CPS, but then he walked down the road afterwards. It just doesn't jive with, I don't understand.
If the killer came up through the cemetery, if you exit the cemetery, like if you come out of the trees in the cemetery and you turn to the left, you can follow, even though it wouldn't have leaves on the trees, you can follow the tree line in there. Even if you're not all the way in it, you could follow it along the field. It is set back further than you think from the road at that point. And then it stays set all the way back until you get to the Mears path. And at the Mears path, you have perfect coverage to then walk closer to the road. If you then turn left or stayed in the tree line, I'm just speculating. And I know there's also people, say, oh, the barn thing wasn't working or whatever. Or is it the Hoosier Heartland or the store? There is a giant, which trees don't lose their leaves? Evergreens?
Mm-hmm.
There is a giant evergreen tree where if you're a person driving, I can see where it would obscure maybe your license plate or something like that. But if you're a person walking, it could obscure a lot of your identity as you pass by that, if you're in that tree line. That's not something I really heard a lot of people say before. But if the camera that's up there, because that tree would not have lost its leaves. And from there, you really have to pass 2 houses. And it's a long walk, but I mean, I feel like you could do it, and for the most part, minimize your exposure until you get towards past the Mears or past the Harvest store.
But Fig, I mean, I agree with you that could have happened, but why walk down the middle of the road?
I know that, right? Why
escaping detection?
would walk down the middle of the road?
I mean, maybe he was flustered. Like, that's my whole theory with Brian Kohlberger.
Yeah.
Just flustered and needing to get like hyper focused getting out of there. But
probably what they planned in their head and what actually happened are just 2 different things. Like,
yeah,
said,
for sure.
Or maybe he thought he just looked like a local guy walking down the street.
With London, yeah.
But
right. Yeah.
But the chances of I was on 300 7-8 times while I was there. I passed 1 vehicle.
Wow.
Like most times that I was on that road, I did not encounter another vehicle.
Wow.
Now, Hoosier, the Hoosier Harvest or Heartland Parkway, yes, that's a heavily trafficked 4-lane highway, but 300, not at all. I mean, and then you literally have Anderson's, like the farm thing. It's not a highly traveled road, unless maybe certain times a day. Because it's a gravel, like 1-lane road. It's not it's not like a big city road.
Mm-hmm. I just hope one day we'll know, we'll find out, we'll hear not a theory, but the truth. And the only way that's going to happen is if the accused actually confesses.
There's a new fence up at the beginning of at the start of the Mears, what used to be the lot, which again that is I think maybe fit 3 cars if they all parked at the same time. So
Where
like,
was
this
the picture taken from?
that's taken down clearly next to Deer Creek, but just to show the cloudiness of the water, and that was just 2 days later.
So were you near
Yeah.
the bridge at this point, or were you?
Yeah,
further down?
I was near the bridge. Yeah,
You never went down to the crime scene area.
I was in the area. I was down, of course, in the area of all of it, but that's right along the creek bank.
So just quickly, well, I mean, obviously nobody knows this answer, but Bogey had said, do you think that the jury will go out to the bridge?
And do you think it'll help Aspen? Do you think that'll help persuade them one way or the other with some of the evidence that we've actually heard?
It's changed so much. I don't think so. I mean, you've changed. They've won. It's paved, and when they paved it, they had to raise the pavement, a little bit. So it, like I used to think that might be part of why they were like kind of fixing the bridge up,
Right.
but I think it actually would hurt the case, because the jury would not. They wouldn't get the idea of what it was actually like that day. They would only get the idea in their head of what they were seeing.
But they'd still get that EBGB vibes to know that.
I mean, it
Like,
looks much.
Yeah, but you said you were overwhelmed, and
I was overwhelmed, but I also, have spent years knowing what happened out there.
Here's the thing,
but if
though.
I put myself in the shoes of someone like walking that same path with not having a
they
single
didn't have a
clap,
clue.
without it, when they at the time, the entire bridge was like the old part. The path was dirt and narrow, and they now have a part where there was some wash off, so there's a whole fence line built up along on one side at part of the fence, or at part of the trail. I don't know. I just don't know if they get the same perception of what it was like
That day. But here's the thing. So the whole time that I followed Delphi and I watched the helicopter footage and different podcasters and YouTubers and, Greeno going down to the crime scene and stuff, I thought I had a really good idea of the terrain. But I didn't appreciate how difficult the terrain was and how steep it was, or difficult, until somebody was out there who could say, I've never been out here before and this is what it's like. And he explained it completely differently. So I think that it would be very beneficial for the jury to see the area itself, because you don't get a good sense of what it's actually like unless you're there. And I'm sure you agree, Aspen, after being there, it must feel different to you now, seeing it with your own eyes, experiencing it.
Well, of course. I mean, absolutely. But
Crazy,
it gave me a perspective.
Right.
But I also know a lot more than those jurors are gonna know, as far as
But no amount of videos or pictures, is what I'm saying, is going to give them the proper feel of what that area is like, unless they go out there for themselves and see it. Whether they will or not, I don't know. But like I said, it doesn't matter how many times you watch videos, 100 videos, thousands of pictures. Apparently, until you're there, you just don't know.
Okay. Yeah, and I guess it'll depend on if the defense or the prosecution want the jury to. Maybe now that the trial is scheduled for a full month, maybe, but I still highly doubt they're going to have a whole day to devote to doing that. With the schedule, they probably want to keep, but who knows?
And there would be good and bad on both sides for taking them out there. So,
I feel my only argument against it is that I think that it's much more beneficial to a jury if they see a scene that hasn't been manipulated or altered, like the Parkland High School or the Murdoch Farm.
Oh, a little bit of
And so
lag
that when
there.
the jury sees
yeah.
it, it's presented in the same way that it was on the day the crime occurred. And in Delphi, I don't think that's the case. And plus, I think they'd have to actually take them on the whole. I think they'd have to take them down to the scene, and they're not going to do that. But who knows? I've been wrong.
I keep thinking of the Murdoch case when the jury went down there. I don't know why, but I keep thinking about that. Like I would want to go to the crime scene.
Yeah.
But Aspen is 100% right. It's not in the same, not even close to the same condition
No.
that it was back then. So yes, you would get a feel of the terrain and where it is and stuff, but
yeah.
And even me going in May, I didn't get the same perception of, like, because there were leaves on all the trees. Everything was overgrown. So so I was very, I understood completely that even what I was seeing and experiencing was different than it would have been in February.
I was going to say,
I watched the video when they went out there, and I think it was even in April, just a month ago.
yeah.
And it was already it was already a month later, way more overgrown.
Yeah. I want, because I want to say this too. Like, whenever I see creators using the imagery from when it's all flush and blooming, I literally cannot stand it, because there's a complete difference in okay, first of all, when it's all in greenery, you ain't seeing shit on the bridge. All you're seeing is overgrown, like on Google Earth I'm talking about. So it drives me absolutely batty, because you can clearly go use the imagery from that year in January, February, March, April, and see it when it's almost like the same conditions. That gives you the truest feeling, so it always drives me crazy when I see them using the flush pictures, because it's not the same. It's not like, if you were in there in February, you'd probably have more of even a different feeling for that.
Oh, absolutely.
So
No, I will say also, even with more foliage and things being overgrown, I mean, I was probably lollygagging a little bit walking from like the Freedom Bridge to the because I had to stop, each bench, and I stopped at the Mears intersection at the Mary Gerard little memorial for the girls, which I sent you a picture of.
the 501.
I mean, from someone to take that north entrance or that north trail down to the crime scene, you could be, I mean, I think no problem, even someone just in less or moderate shape could be down there in 6 minutes. I mean, there's a steep ravine there, but
okay,
and then going up out of the cemetery, I think you'd probably, I mean, that would be steep as well, I'm sure, but from videos I've seen, but the timing, I absolutely now 100% believe that that's all could have happened by one person in an hour and a half.
That was, so say that again, Adam.
I absolutely believe one person could have committed this crime
in that time frame.
Yes.
Yeah, I think,
and had probably had time to do more of whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
That we don't even know about, as far as spending time there.
Okay, now I do want to get to this, because I know that you guys don't want to be on too long tonight. So obviously you were there for whatever, but I do want to get to this one. So you said that you did meet Becky, that she walked up to you and go ahead, but I want you to tell the story. He's not going to talk about the conversation that he had with Becky, but I just want to know what that experience was like to share it with them as well. Because, we talked to Becky. We've talked to Becky multiple times in Messenger, and I've talked to her on the phone myself. So tell me how that was for everybody, Aspen.
Well, once the hearings were canceled, like I said, I decided that I just wanted to spend the week in town getting a feel for the community and really just kind of seeing what everyone was like. I had no intentions of like reaching out to the family members.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how many, like what the emotional roller coaster they have to go through on a daily basis. And then to rearrange their lives, for every time there's a hearing or this or that, only to have it, canceled. I'm sure there was disappointment for them. And I didn't want,
Yeah.
I didn't want anyone in town to think that I was like there trying to like be, an investigative person or, whatever. I really was just trying to enjoy the area and get a feel for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And and someone had told me this one specific place was the place to go on a certain night because they had good food and they do like a drawing thing. And I was like, well, I want to win a drawing thing. And so I had no idea, of anything, but I went in there and I sat down and they happened to be there. They happened to walk in and I saw them, of course, immediately, but I was having a drink and I just sat there and I made a conscious decision immediately that I was like I'm not going to be that person. Like,
I would have been that person. I would have been.
They're at a hometown local restaurant with people they know, family members and friends having dinner. I'm not going to go up to them and bother them. And so I just, I just had my drink and Becky walked up to me and she just said, oh, hi, I just saw you and recognized you and I wanted to say hello and we had a really nice conversation and I appreciated that because she didn't have to do that. She could have easily just been like, get the F out of here. Like
well, I do think it's hard not to notice you. Like, honestly, like because she obviously, we've messaged, but it's not like your blonde ass hair and you know what I mean? So to me, you would be very, anyone following Delphi, especially, but it's not like to me, you would stick out more like a sore thumb because of your
I probably stood out a little bit in Delphi, but no, I mean, I guess just that I would think that if I were in their positions, after all of this time, I would be leery of people, and their intentions, and
yeah.
So for her to to walk up and be so gracious and kind, and I told her I was like I'm just I'm here for the week. I don't really like my own car. All this has been paid for, and so I'm just hanging out for the week.
Yeah.
And like I said, and I wasn't there for any sort of
I know, but that's what
let
I
me
mean.
get the store. Like that's just
No, but that's like I said, everything happens for a reason. You know that, and so it was meant to be. And then you went down there, and instead of it being about being in the courthouse, which turned, then you got to have, just kind of like just visit and do what different places that you've seen, talked about, seen from afar but never been, and just go on adventures, really.
Right. And and I was 100%. For the most part, I understand why. I can understand. I mean, Delphi is a beautiful town. It is.
It's a cute little town.
It's got so much charm.
Yeah.
The people were. I mean, because they could have looked at me. Because I don't look like everyone in Delphi. I get it, but They could have looked at me and they could have looked at me and been like, pfft. But almost everyone I talked to was welcoming and was cool and down to earth and sincere and
Yeah.
they didn't treat me they didn't treat me weird, and that was something I really appreciated. So I definitely kind of fell in love with the town a little bit and the people, and
Hey,
and I get it.
Do you have a picture with you and Tom? Tom's in the chat.
I don't know.
Tom Webster. Got to meet you, Aspen. Yeah, do you have a picture? Yeah. Yo.
I think it might be something that he wants to keep for himself.
No. Hey, Tom, can I show a picture of you and Aspen if it's okay? And Tom's always kind of, he's like, he cups the line.
Sonny doesn't have a picture of Tom and I.
Wait.
I was like, Sonny doesn't have a picture of
I don't
Tom
have a picture, but if you have one, and Tom's okay with it.
I would never be photographed next to someone I'm not as attractive as.
Yeah. I don't like the way I look in our selfie. What about the one? Okay, so what about the one in the selfie, or not the selfie, but the one with Deb and Purdue? That one. What about that one? Come on, Tom.
Oh yeah, you all looked good in that, except Deb was showing a little nip. But
was she showing nip?
What everybody should do is they should all go join Tom's channel because he has a members only video of his trip to Delphi, and it's actually really good. You're welcome, Tom.
Tom said to me, "Don't worry, I didn't put you in any of my video." I was like,
he did Tom. Though, because I knew it. I called it. You were the guy that
lied. Oh my God! you little bunch of little precious bitches. You look at this. I need Mariah Carey lighting. I don't like the Deb dinner lighting either. Isn't it so funny how we're so, okay, so my twin sister, right? Anytime that she could show her picture that she thinks look good and I look like shit in it, she'll post it. No qualms about it. And usually pictures of me have pictures of food entering my mouth, typically, whenever they're taken for some reason. And I'm just like, F you,
Yeah.
Okay, so Tom,
let us out. Tom was going to be there the whole hearing too, and Tom ended up he was able to change his flight, and he headed out of town pretty quick.
Maybe Tom should just come up on the panel.
But hopefully, we can redo our selfie picture in front of.
Oh, you guys suck. You suck. Both of you suckies on there. Well, mind you, if I don't want to picture of myself.
I did go in the courthouse, and it wasn't until like the third or fourth day that it occurred to me I could. Like, I was like, oh wait, that's a public place. Like, because I wanted to see. I've heard how beautiful it is, and I wanted to see the rotunda, and that picture Sonny put earlier. It really is a beautiful courthouse. You walk in, there's a memorial wall of the veterans from Carroll County that have served. You've got there's metal detectors on the one side, which is what I assume where they make the public come in for this kind of a situation. And the thing I didn't realize though is Nick McClelland, the prosecutor's office, is like on the second floor, and literally across the hall is the county clerk's office. And I'm like, this whole time, no one told me Faith and Nick were across the hall from each other.
Hey, Faith, bestest friend in the world. How's Nikki doing?
The doors were shut. The prosecutor's doors were not shut though. So of course, I had to be like.
Yeah. Did you see Nick in there?
No, I did not.
Yeah. You didn't see Fig talking to Nick there? You sure?
No, but there was his picture was on the wall. it said wanted.
On there. Okay.
But no.
Yeah, go ahead.
I really just couldn't get over it. Like the people were so charming and so kind. There's some beautiful houses there, and I really really enjoyed at
You see
The
Chunkalunga?
food I got was great.
Did you see
Ben,
Toad?
I did not get to meet Tove, and it's like a dagger in my heart because I've waited years to touch that mustache, and
Tom's dissing you. Dom.
I can't believe you were 21 minutes late for lunch with Tom
Are you
Webster.
sure? Are you sure
He
it was
did.
21 exactly, Tom?
He probably has a spreadsheet.
Yeah, he was probably has a spreadsheet about it. Check that off for Aspen, Big X.
Let's see where your priorities were. Where were you, Aspen?
I would have been there on
Find those
time.
cars? Could you not find your shoes?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
It's a story. Look at his face. Come on.
Do you think YouTube is the only thing I'm late for?
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, did you take Tom to see Uncle Ronnie's farm?
Help him feed the fish.
Now, Tom, I've been nice to you.
No. He's clearly calling you out. 11:51 for an 11:30 a.m. lunch.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like this is kind of like severe, honestly.
I just don't understand what could have been more important than meeting Tom Webster for lunch.
Yeah. Twice.
Nerves.
Twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
was
did
there
go
on time for you,
I
Tom.
did go to the brick and mortar.
Yeah. On there. Well, so in saying that, so just to go back to this, so Tom's taller than you, correct?
Tom is taller than me.
Okay. Tom, how tall are you? Can you
Tom
confirm?
is 6'1.5" shoes. He thinks I'm 5'10".
Tom, can you confirm that Aspen is 6 foot? Can you confirm that, please? Did you
I
measure
think
it?
his video said 5'8" or 5'9" at best.
Yeah. Come on, Aspen, get up against the wall, measure your shit.
I'll get measured anytime you want.
I feel like but I'm
You know
talking
I was
about your
shy.
height.
I would lie the other way if I.
I think he's 5'10".
I was probably just kind of shrinking myself down so that he felt bigger.
I feel like this is like a Richard Allen
Plus,
moment.
wait, when the pictures were taken, Tom said, "Let me take it. I've got long arms," and goes, up, like
Sounds
to where
reasonable.
to where he's the closest and biggest. Anyway.
Oh, Miranda says, "What restaurant did you go to?"
But hey, don't make fun of me. I can't.
We're totally
It's been
making
a long
fun of
9
you.
days.
Yeah, we're totally making fun of you. You can save your sensitivity for tomorrow. All right? You can cry about it after the live.
I did not eat at Pizza King, but I passed it like every day. I think you can actually see it in the background of my picture there, off the corner of my shoulder.
What are we looking at? What?
Other shoulders, honey.
Which shoulder?
Well, she said, "Did you go to Pizza King?" And I'm like, I think you can see it.
Oh, in the corner. Hold on. 1 sec.
Come be arms, sweetie. That's funny.
You're talking about over here?
The red awning is at the
What
Pizza
the heck happened there? How did that just happen? Hold on. I was clicking too fast.
Yeah, I thought that was the red awning there, and then Odin's Den is right there.
Oh, okay. I
Um,
think Thomas wrote 6 foot now. Spin is her. Yeah, see, Deb's trying to bullshit for you. That's okay, Deb. Gotcha.
The Odin, that's a tattoo shop?
the tattoo parlor.
Did you go in there? Was Brad Holder in there?
No,
Yeah.
he was not. I did not meet Brad Holder.
I'm not going back to that picture because we've looked at it for too long now. So I got to find another one to bring up.
Hey, CD, good to see you.
Oh, look at. Oh, is that CD, buddy?
Although I told Tom this. Meeting him was like one of my favorite things because, like, I was really excited to meet Tom and I've not said a negative word about him.
He's just telling the truth. Like, were you late or not? Is he lying?
Yeah, is it? Huh? Charmaine.
Yeah.
You know you're gonna make Aspen tear up now. You guys picking on me.
I'm not picking on him at all. I'm just I cannot believe I would have been early for lunch with Tom.
It's the height thing. I think it's the height.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Ben, I got I did
you get an autograph?
An autograph from who?
No, but the server
Oh.
did when he bought. The server did when he. Oh wait, no, the server did when I bought Tom lunch. No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
Tom insisted on Venmoing me.
Oh, did he? Tom, I don't have Venmo. PayPal. Just saying. You can buy me lunch, Tom. I'll buy it next time I'm out there. Tom, did you break out the keynotes? Hey, my buddy. Hey, CD. Shit. Sorry, CD. I almost forgot about you for a while there.
But I did. I mean, I just it definitely the whole experience. It made me a little emotional over all of it. So
I bet. I bet. I mean,
I don't think it's quite subsided all the way.
No, just like a very little bit of time in Idaho. I get it. I couldn't imagine going to Delphi and then staying there and meeting all these people that you've been interacting with for so long. Like, it had to have been very, very overwhelming.
But it was really satisfying, and like I said, I kind of fell in love with the people in the area. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy for you. Is there anything else you want to talk about with Delphi? Anybody want to ask some questions if you can? Yeah.
I'm very glad that you got to go and experience it for yourself too,
Yeah.
because you put so much time and effort and caring into
A lot of money.
covering this
A lot.
case. I'm just saying, I mean, it's good that you got to go and experience it for yourself. It kind of brings it full circle, all the hard work over the years. And
Yeah.
so I'm very happy for you.
Yeah. When you die, the money, it won't matter anymore. Just so you know.
Exactly.
And when I win the lottery,
Next time I go, I might be a little bit more like, hey, who wants to help? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Because I did not want to do that this time. But one thing that was kind of interesting to see was I don't know, just think these towns was like, oh look, I'm driving through Young America. Oh wait, look, there's Galveston. Oh wait, there's here I am in Kokomo.
Why didn't you go stop
Deb and I are the new Kokomo crew.
Yeah, the Kokomo crew. Yeah. I don't understand this now that I think about it. Why did you not go visit Kagan Klein while he's over there? Why?
I did not go to Peru. I could have. It was just a little bit further. Like, I wasn't far at all. But it was like, to me, that was like that was going to open a whole other door. And I don't see the relevance of it right now. And
because he needs his butter horns.
and the same reason I didn't actually go to because the Flora House, I believe, is not there anymore. So I did not drive. I didn't drive over to the Flora House.
Yeah, that's been demolished now.
When I was in Kokomo, I tried to find where Karina was last seen.
Okay.
But I was turned around and I didn't want to bother Jerry, so.
On there, yeah.
But yeah, Miranda, I did not. I was in Florida, but I did not go look. I did not go to where the house was.
Mm-hmm. Charmaine, did you see that quick question about how you met Ian?
Friend of a friend.
Friend of a friend. There you go. That friend is me, by the way. So.
Yeah. Oh, and Tom, it was the last day I was there that it dawned on me that I had not been to Rick's house. And for anyone that's watching, we've all looked at these maps. Rick's house is literally a block from Riley Park and a block from the high school where they had the funeral. I mean, it's right there. And so, of course, my first thought was, well, how much time did the dude spend in Riley Park?
Right. Mm-hmm.
I had heard, like, very soon after he was arrested that didn't Abby have to walk by his house or something to go to school, or
no, he lived on a very short street that's a cul-de-sac.
Okay.
It's the second house, I believe, from the corner, second or third.
It's a different direction, her house to this school.
Yeah. Now, county. I think the road they're referring to is County 200, which goes by his little subdivision, but it wouldn't be directly by his house.
And then, so from the other side of the bridge, I believe the south side of the bridge, the down the hill side of the bridge, is there a path basically straight to his house from there? Did you go on the other side? at
I
all?
You did
I
you?
did not. I did not cross the old side of the bridge this time because
No, but did you drive down that even up to the private drive? Did you? No.
I drove to the private drive, but the whole road is so narrow and gravel to begin with. I was worried about like ending up on the private drive and not realizing that I was on it. So I was a little hesitant to go too far. Um, and no, I didn't walk any paths down like on the south side of the bridge at all.
Mark says, "Is there anything that what do you say? Does anything surprised you when you were in Delphi?"
Um,
Tom?
I guess one thing that surprised me a lot, or surprised me, other than just well, and that didn't surprise me that the community really looks out for each other, especially the families. One thing I think people forget sometimes with these cases is that something horrible like this can happen, and it's tragic and it's awful, but it doesn't stop life from
Going on.
from having to go on. People still have to get up and go to work, and people still have to get up and do all of these things.
Yeah.
And now that town is fractured, and you can feel it. But it's been 7 years, and that town has now had to find a way to in my opinion, that town has now had to find a way to continue on with a new reality that
Lost their innocence in a really dark way.
Yeah, he went to CBS Bogey.
So yeah, I mean, I feel like I feel like I feel like they're very adamant about it not defining not defining the town, but I do think they're still very affected by it all. So, but I was impressed by the people a lot.
Just looking to see if there's some.
I didn't bother employees either, Tom. No, Tom knows that. They asked me. The woman asked me at CBS what I was in town for, and I was like, "Oh, you don't want to know." And she was like, "What?" And I was like, "Well, I'm here for those hearings." All I said, and I said, "But don't worry, I won't ask you anything." And the next thing I know, she's like, "Oh, well, let me tell you." So.
I would have went and seen Faith for sure.
But what did she tell you? You can't just end the story there. What did she say?
Go on, ask her.
That she knew and had worked with him, and that it's not something they have that she was shocked that it's not something she ever could have imagined him doing. She didn't say he didn't. She didn't say that he did. She said it's just not something that I can imagine the person I knew doing. But that was just that. That was But just her take.
Did she recognize you? She didn't recognize you. Did you say that you were a content creator or anything like that?
I mean, I told her that I mean, when she said, what are you doing here? I said for the, well, I'm here for those hearings, but don't worry, I won't ask you anything. So.
Oh.
We're totally two different cancers on this side of the thing. I'm just not gonna lie.
I totally understand where he's coming from. I wouldn't want to be that person either to open an old wound, or do you know what I mean? Just step over some kind of line that.
Well, you have to. I mean, you have to assume they get that kind of stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And so they're, what. I needed a few things. I needed some face wash and eye drops and some cough drops. And she saw that, so she was like, clearly didn't recognize me. Like, what are you in town for?
I see what your problem is. Where the frick was your media shirt and your media hat?
Yeah. I will. Something else I'll say. The food. If anyone's ever in Delphi, there's a place called the Stone House restaurant that make all of their own desserts and bread. they had a vegetable bread that I had a grilled cheese sandwich with
Ooh.
cheddar, American, and
No, I
pepper
love
jack on a homemade pepper vegetable bread.
Mm-hmm.
I'll drive back to Delphi just to have
Just to have that. Yeah.
just to have that sandwich again.
Uh-huh. Let's see. All right. Tom, what was your favorite moment while you were in Delphi besides meeting Aspen and realizing he was a midget? Besides that, did you visit? Did you visit the grave sites?
I did not.
No.
I didn't want to.
I don't think I would have done that either myself, to be honest. I'm not a grave person. I've seen them online, but that stuff doesn't really interest me, to be honest with you. You know, it's kind of like those are like little sacred spots, and they don't do anything for me personally. It would be on the last of my list. I do like my mom; she's buried. I never go to her graveside ever because I don't want to go to I just have the memory and my pictures and all that. I'd rather look at that than go to a gravesite, to be honest with you. You know, each to their own. But I'm just not a grave person.
Yeah, I mean, I went to the Ron Logan cemetery, but I didn't go. I didn't want to go to Olivia and Abby's graves.
Yeah. So Tom says Dairy Queen all 3 days.
Yep.
Right on. I have a Dairy Queen right here, Tom, by the way.
One of them with me.
Quickly, Aspen, so can you tell us how did you go to Ron Logan's house? Like, I don't think that you did a coffin dapper and went to peek in his mailbox or anything, but were you there? And how is that 1,400 feet from the crime scene? Is that an easy 1,400 feet or?
There's so much greenery and everything's so overgrown. With the trees all in bloom, I wouldn't have been able to know exactly. Plus, someone. You know, I think that someone's staying at Ron.
Uncle Ron, I thought you own that property now, so.
I know. Well, I guess I've not been upkeeping some of the overgrown stuff.
You know, and who's Fig related to again?
Gull, I think.
Oh yeah, Franny.
Franny
Gull. Yeah. About BG leaving the crime scene. It was about 3:30 p.m. on Friday. It's dark between 4:30 and 5. Yeah, which exactly. And I think it was a warmer day, but by overcast. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead, Charmaine.
Well, I don't know. Never mind.
No, ask whatever.
Are you sure?
I have so many questions. I'm going to write them down, and we're going to have to do
we'll do another live, and then Aspen can get more of his videos or pictures together, and you can find whatever you have there, and and do one again, because I know you guys are both tired and everything like that today. We can't give them everything in one sitting, really.
That's right.
Some of my favorite experiences when I was there, though, were really just
sorry, the live's coming to an end now, Aspen. We're
just
gonna say that.
Just sitting and just having normal conversations, not about the crime, not about any of it, just meeting people and just having normal conversations about life.
Can I ask how many local men had blue jeans and
black jackets or whatever,
a hat?
Yeah,
is that common? How was the weather? Was it is it? I don't know. Do you get
Tom? When we were at lunch, how many of the guys inside the restaurant or bar could have been BG?
What, 90% of them?
But the weather was it was the first night I got there. I think before Tom got, it was stormy. And then the last night was stormy, and then of course I got stuck in all those storms on the way home. But it was I thought the weather was beautiful. It was hot and muggy one of the days, and there were a lot of tie-dye shirts. You're right. And I didn't realize
Yeah.
that you can
There
smoke
was a lot of
inside.
Oh, here, by the way, is that
I didn't
picture.
realize that you could smoke inside bars, in some bars in Indiana. That was something.
Oh,
That
can
was
you?
something
Oh.
that I had not experienced in many years.
Was it gross?
I mean, it depends on how grossed out you are by cigarette smoke. My eyes burn a little bit in one place, but no. It's just something that I just forgot that people people could still do
So
that.
you were in heaven then, if you could smoke in there. You probably were in heaven.
Oh no, he didn't say he did smoke in there.
Well, we know he did because he smokes. So we know he would have smoked in there. I mean, hey, because you can't do that in North Carolina, right?
No.
Yeah. So.
And you can't everywhere in Indiana either. I think it's a county by county thing.
I'm amazed that they actually haven't still at all.
There are some casinos here that you can smoke in if they're on
the native ones.
Yeah,
the native ones. Yeah, because same with Saskatchewan too.
But no, I will go back. I definitely will go back, whether it be for a hearing or for.
Did you pick any mushrooms with Jenica?
No, we didn't. I did get to see Jenica, and that was wonderful.
Did you go to?
I got to meet several people that again, it's not my business to give their identity out, but.
See, when I was planning on going, that was my goal, to get a selfie with everybody. So did you do that and you're just not sharing?
I don't like to show up other people's pictures unless they give me permission.
Totally, but did you do that? Did you get pictures with most everybody that you met?
Clothed or not clothed?
Not.
So Tom, do tell Tom, closed or unclosed? Just I can see this. I think it wouldn't shock me if there was a rug involved in all this, as Tom's doing some comedic stand up or something like. Well, lay down.
I was happy. I was happy to see how cool Tom was, like in real life, and just like.
Yeah.
I enjoyed his presence as a friend.
Okay. But we were closed, sadly. Yeah. I feel like there was a hoedown going on for sure. Yeah, on there. At Tom.
Wait, can I give a Tom Webster joke?
Yeah, sure.
Downwind of my height.
Yeah. I wonder if now. I don't remember where Tom's from. How long was he?
Doesn't say. He doesn't like to say.
No, but how many was it? Like a good long trip like yours?
Yes.
Tom, I don't remember. Yeah. I'm just wondering. Hey, let me just ask this: who had the longer trip?
I'd say Tom.
I think.
Wait.
Yeah, I think so too.
Then who?
I
You?
like to say.
Well, I think that Charmaine would have the longest trip.
Yeah, my trip to Delphi would be 23 hours driving time.
Tom doesn't. Tom, quit talking for yourself. It's annoying. Stop.
That's what I was saying, and he just mimicked me. He's a fan. He's a fan.
I feel like I know. I feel like I kind of know, but then, honestly,
Thank you, Anne.
Sometimes small details.
Purdue was awesome. She gave me a wonderful gift, and she was so welcoming.
What did she give you? What kind of gift? Is it too personal? Like, was it from a XXX store or?
No. She gave me a shirt, a Purdue University shirt.
Oh, nice.
That I can't wait to wear.
Nice. You'll have to wear it on the live.
But she was wonderful, and she said next time, she was very hospitable.
And so, did you end up seeing Deb's dungeon? And did you see Ray Jones?
I did not go to Deb's house.
Okay. So you can't
smart enough not to invite me over there.
Right. Okay.
No, whose house I did go to, Sonny, is chaotic.
Well,
I saw it all.
Did you? And what? Like, how much would you say her home inside is worth? Hundreds of thousands?
The
purses alone was probably
the Halloween horror movie memorabilia alone,
Yeah.
it was very impressive.
Okay.
And it's cool, and it's cool. Like everything she's done with it is all just really cool.
Yeah.
And she was very welcoming as well.
Did you meet her husband?
Yeah, awesome guy.
Because the thing that I'm trying to get in my head here is chaotic is a total like Nightmare Before Elm Street, personality with her whole home, right? She does these amazing freaking 5 tree things and whatever. So in my head, it's kind of like he would have to be a pretty cool guy to have a wife that could do all that, because most people would find, you know what I mean?
They're cool. They're a cool couple, a cool family.
Nice. Yeah. Like if I had the money, I would probably be all Christmas laid out.
And I saw your Scream cup displayed.
Oh, you saw her scream?
The one
the one that I. Yeah.
No, I mean everyone I met in Indiana was wonderful. I felt so welcome. Like it was awesome.
Nice. What did Deb get you? Deb, besides a hug, did Deb get you anything? Deb?
Well, Deb, but she got it at the XXX store, so I can't talk about it.
I get it.
I know what it was. It was a flogger, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, yeah, just when Aspen was talking about measurement, that's why I was like, keep it clean, Aspen. Where I was talking about your height. Yeah, I live an hour and a half away. That's a hop, skip, and a jump. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. And like I said, and anyone that met me this especially this past weekend, it was race weekend in Indianapolis. So
I'm here still.
It took a lot longer for people to get around everywhere, but
yeah, I'm not gonna show you guys anymore.
But I hopped around. I got around a little bit of the state.
I do remember Frank telling me that it was Indianapolis 500 weekend or something when I was planning on going.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been something to see. Not interested? It's like
I've been to the Brickyard 400, but I try to avoid crowds like that, and I definitely try to avoid traffic like that, especially if I'm not going to the event.
Fair enough.
Did you meet Frank Meister?
No.
No, really, Frankie?
I didn't meet Frank. I felt really bad. Like apparently a few people were having a dinner one night while I was in town, and I wasn't able to make it. So I felt horrible.
Is that because you were having lunch with Tom?
No.
Is it because you were at Chaotic's house?
No.
Because you were flirting with Mel?
No.
All right.
It really was just overwhelmed and miscommunication on my part and not realizing,
I was going to say, what else could it possibly be?
Yeah. I mean, if he's 21 minutes late for Tom, I can't be expected for Aspen to be on time for that dinner. Miscommunication.
Sure.
Yeah.
Priorities.
Yeah. Obviously. No. Okay. So let's see. I'm not into Indy 500 because I'm not a racist.
Is that a thing? Like, I just thought it was racing cars. I didn't know that there was a connection there.
Maybe it's like an Odinist and Odinite.
Yeah. Are you sure? Did you talk to any Odinists while you were out there?
Did you go into the den?
Yeah.
No, I did not go into the tattoo parlor. I did not.
Okay.
I would have.
And I mean, statistically, I'm sure I spoke to a few Odinists.
Okay. Well, anyways, bless Becky for, like I said, I'm sure it was awesome that you just got at least, that she came up to you, said hi to you, admits it, because obviously she knows your face, and stuff like that. So, blessings to the family, of course, because this is what this is all about, is Abby and Libby and the family and Delphi and wanting justice for those poor girls. And I don't, let me ask you guys, do you guys think that the actual trial will happen in October, or you think it's going to just get delayed again?
Good night, Tom.
Okay, Tom. Just saying, I would have been on time. I just want you to know that, Tom. Okay, right? I would have. Okay, bye, Tom. Love you. Bye. So what was my question again? I forget what I asked. Honestly, you guys weren't listening to me either. No?
I mean, Don, I wouldn't be going there to join a racist clan. I would be going there to watch race cars. I don't. Oh my gosh, is that a joke?
Did you not get it?
No,
Oh my God.
I didn't. But
Oh
I'm
my
that
God.
tired.
Oh, she's a little slow tonight because
my
that's the whole point, race.
That's funny though.
So I'm
That's
not into. I
funny.
know it was funny. If Tom was telling a joke, you probably would have laughed. Don, I laughed. I got it. Okay, I don't
I
get it.
didn't get that, Don. I thought that there was some kind of a connection there.
Oh, thank you, Tom. Tom has brains for us all. Did you put that down on your spreadsheet? Sunny said. Okay. So, anyways, that's what I did ask. Do you guys think that the trial is going to happen in October, or do you think it's going to get delayed into the year 2025?
I would have went in and I would have talked about tattoos.
I got an itchy back. 1 second. I got to use my brush. Itchy.
I think the trial will happen in October.
You do?
Yeah. If
I
he
know.
doesn't,
Plead?
yeah.
Hey, weren't they asking for a dismissal or something?
Yeah, and I
Couple
mean,
of times now.
I would assume they still have to they still have to figure out what they're going to do with all the motions that are in
Lemonade.
that are in limine and that are outstanding still. So I mean, of course, they'll have to have some sort of hearings coming up. You know, like, and I think it's I mean, if you think about like just the annoyance of like covering the case and like having to like rearrange things and having planned to go to a 3-week trial, and then it gets canceled. Imagine being these families and they have to rearrange their lives continually.
I know.
Every time something happens, and for people to think that they know about this stuff days or weeks ahead of time, no. I mean, the families found out the same time those court documents were filed as the rest of us.
Yeah.
And so I mean, think about the preparation that goes into them setting their lives on pause, to be there and to go to these to the trial, or just to a 3-day hearing, and now they have to turn around and do it all again in October, and however many more times throughout the year that they throw these shenanigans into the mix.
Oh.
So it's none of it is about us.
I apologize for being deprived of sleep, Dawn. I'm sorry.
Charmaine's the drunk one because I got your joke. Yeah, I got it.
I apologize profusely.
Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Thank you, Don.
I apologize. Did anybody happen to watch Teresa's reading of the transfer order hearing?
No.
Did it yesterday or the day before? Anyways, it's very old news. However, it was hilarious. Travis read the part of Nick McClelland in a Texan accent. It was funny.
Sorry, Teresa. Love you. I haven't watched anything of that. I haven't been watching anything, like literally.
No, me either. I watched it, or I listened to it today as I was driving. It was like
I'm sure it was.
I was crying. I was laughing. It was so
funny. Travis is making a little name for himself. I'm glad. Like I don't really pay attention, but I know he's been going on some different podcasts and stuff, and I know from Teresa's and then somebody else, but I don't think that one podcast. I don't even know CJ or somebody. I have no idea. Anyways, I'm glad he's kind of like, you know what I mean? Because he just likes going around helping people, offering up his advice and stuff, like that. So, good on him. So I can picture that being pretty funny what they were doing.
Oh man, it was priceless.
Yeah.
And thank you, John.
Yeah. Okay.
I apologize.
So I'm going to take this down because we're going to move on before you guys get going on me here. Because Sebastian's 3 months was yesterday. So I want to talk about Sebastian for a moment.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah. So it was his 3 month. And again, anniversary for him missing, for Sebastian Rogers. So did a live yesterday on that. And you guys know that I've been following this case very much so, even though like there's nothing happening. But I'll tell you one thing, if I can say this. Christopher Proudfoot, you are the biggest joke of a step parent that I have ever witnessed myself. Like the mockery that I've seen in the last couple of days with what he's been saying and doing. Honestly, Charmaine, if you could see that a step parent doesn't seem to give a shit, all you have to do is listen to the last two podcasts that him on. And Katie, oh my God, like sitting there joking around like he's not even gone or anything.
Yeah,
Like,
I fell asleep listening to you the other night.
yeah, I'm honestly astounded, astounded. And listening to Christopher on, so there's a bunch of them, but I guess Queen Bee. Okay, now I don't like, and I don't want to knock down the other creators, because they have the right to have whoever they want on the panel, and take who's ever side and have Christopher Proudfoot. But it's about Christopher Proudfoot to me. What an embarrassment of a stepfather that man is. Like, honestly, Charmaine, if you could say that someone acts like, his whole conversation is, oh, life moves on, type of, but you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
it's honestly, it infuriates me that, you know what? He should just duck his head and hide his face from life, honestly, because what he is doing in these things that he says, honestly, he's a jerk off beyond words. Like, he's an absolute jerk off beyond words. I've never seen someone so blatantly that looks for attention, that makes it about himself. It's almost like he doesn't give two flying fucks about Sebastian. Like the whole Proudfoot side, I'm sorry. Like, I've been like always watching all the different things going on. I honestly am just blown away at both Katie and Christopher, both of them actually. But Christopher, oh my God. Like I said, if you could morph him and Gray Hughes into twins, honestly, the narcissistic personality is just beyond belief. Oh my God. So this is said, we're talking about a missing boy, this whole time. And the whole joke of it is that, from the Proudfoot side, I don't give a shit what I say about them anymore, to be honest with you, because it is absolutely appalling and disgusting to me how they've represented themselves in every which way, shape, and form. And Christopher Proudfoot not being biological, well, things happen, life moves on, maybe he'll turn up one day, maybe he won't, and I'm not even kidding. Like, that's pretty much exactly what he said, but we still have to get up every day. And yeah, so I agree, but it's the nonchalantness about it all. Oh my God. Honestly,
I'll have to listen to that because, like I said,
well,
you had finished playing it, and you had said if you want to listen to it, you have to go back and watch the replay. And I was falling asleep at that point, but I did hear some of the stuff that you were saying about it.
well,
but I still haven't listened.
Then he did another one. That's the thing. Then he did another one, and it's like I'm not gonna lie, but it's like it's the most ridiculous thing watching some. Like I said, I don't want to put down other podcasters, but it's honestly, it's like the most absurd thing. It's almost like, it's like, instead of going to news and talking through the news and stuff, well, here, let's just go to a bunch of 9 other channels and start just talking about things, laughing my head off, joking around, I'm just so, you know what? I don't want to say I'm embarrassed for them. They should be embarrassed for themselves, to be honest.
Absolutely, but the sad part is they're not.
No, honestly, I like after, and oh, hey, another good one to watch is the interview room with Chris McDonough and Steve Johnson when they're talking about the cues and stuff. Now, it's nothing that I've personally not said myself. It's just that when you listen to Steve Johnson, like you literally, like he's basically telling you all the same feelings that,
Mm-hmm.
I've always felt about, the weird, like just watch it. You might enjoy that actually because for anyone that hasn't, honestly, the interview room one with Chris McDonough, I'm not a huge fan of Chris McDonough's, and that's only a personal thing from when I bought his wife's book. And for some reason, I got blocked on Twitter. Maybe I was being overly sensitive and it was an accident. I just was very hurt by the fact that I never did anything besides be supportive of Profiling Evil when he was on Profiling Evil. Bought his wife's book, and next thing I know, I got blocked on Twitter, and I'm like, what the heck? I like meaning I wasn't even barely talking in the chat, like there was nothing that I could have done to whatever. So I felt very hurt by that. And so then I had emailed a couple times and never heard anything back. But I think he did unblock me at some point. But and then I ended up getting blocked again with a bunch of other people, even though But anyway, so I kind of have a little bit of a sour note when it comes to him because I always thought that he was the cooler guy, and stuff like that. And then after that, not so much. But it's kind of like if people want to talk about Gray Hughes in here, Chris McDonough. I don't care if you guys bring up their channels and say something, like, hey, go watch this and stuff like that. If there's something good to watch and whatever, I just honestly, I'm not a person that really cares. There's only a couple channels that I really don't want to ever hear their names from, and that's like, trashy Delphi ones, okay, from before. Other than that, I don't play that thing of no other channels. Like if someone doesn't like Queen Bee and I say the name Queen Bee and they go watch the channel, hey, again, I'm just all about fairness, really. Like, hey, I don't care. Even if I have an issue with the channel, or whatever, go watch it if they have something good to show. Anyways, the interview room with that one is a good one because he's just basically reading the feelings, kind of like the behavioral panel type of thing. Anyways, it's just I'm just appalled by how even more I I just I'm sorry, but it's just as a mother, Charmaine, you know it.
So, yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's beyond
Yeah. And
disgusting.
now
But how long ago were these?
yesterday was the
Oh,
one on. So there's both of them are from actually Queen Bee. Okay.
Queen Bee.
Yeah,
Okay.
Queen Bee channel. So I mean, hey, and again, if she gets some clicks and views off it, I don't care. It's like I said, if it's it. You always try to kind of like, you're just seeing what's going on. This is Sebastian Rogers. Is there any important information that he can say or
Right.
anything? No. Um, not really. Like, so we get to know that he likes cake pops and, like I said, these different things. Great. It's not helping finding Sebastian. And like, you know what I mean? Like there's one thing to talk about memories and there's another thing to act like he's freaking not even gone and talk about stories and keep laughing about stupid shit. That's how I felt that one for that other one from the other day. But yesterday's one was, a whole new ball of wax again. Anyway, jerk off.
Wow.
And so I had asked Bogey if she wanted to come on next Friday because to talk about the Sebastian case. So perhaps on Friday we can talk about Sebastian's case. And if Bogey, because I've asked her, I just need to, clarify, right, Bogey, on there. Because Bogey, she's messaged me a few times, and so I was just like, hey, you want to come up on the panel too? Because it's always nice to have other people talk about something, or you know what I mean, instead of just always typing it in chat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Alexa's been really busy as well. I talked to her the other day because I'm interested in what Alexa her thoughts are, but she's busy till like mid-June probably. She has a lot going on right now as well, but we needed to have that talk because it had been quite a while, and I already explained it to the chat in the live the other day why she hasn't been on in a while. But anyway, so it was good talking with Alexa, and Rex Heuermann has his searching going on there. Alexa's just confused, like, well, like
What are they looking for?
Well, part of that is that they removed dog toys, dog bedding, stuff like that. And it's kind of like, so what did they find that would equate to taking dog
Mhm.
toys and bedding and stuff like that? So what did they find in the, I guess, what was it, the storage room or something like that?
Hmm. I
Um,
only caught a little bit of it. If I'm not mistaken, Aspen and I would like to do another West Memphis 3 with Travis and possibly somebody else too at some point here.
yeah.
Yeah. I just have to figure that out. I've been kind of sidetracked with
Yeah.
Wait, why is Bogey getting in trouble?
They're just talking about being blocked from random channels and stuff for no reason.
oh well. I mean,
I have to new. Oh, okay.
I live in trouble and I don't do anything wrong.
Is JLR in the hospital? Did something happen to JLR?
Somebody answered that yes, he was or is.
Oh.
Not sure why.
Well, I hope he's okay if he is. He's always traveling and doing shit, so hopefully he's okay. But anyways, so yeah, so again, I'll mess. Bogey, I haven't after work. Like I said, I haven't. I took a nap after literally I was done work. I made the thumbnail, whatever. So I don't have U.S. calling, Bogey, but I will add you to my phone to that number, okay, and do that. And then if you're up for it on the Friday, then Charmaine, are you doing anything on Friday?
No,
Like you're not traversing over to Ian's or anything like that?
no, I'm home for 3 weeks and then I gotta fly to BC for my uncle's 80th birthday. And then there's some stuff going on in about a month that I'll tell you about, but
Yeah. Get married already? Shit, thanks.
no.
Oh, are you sure? Okay. Yeah. Anyways, okay, so it's probably just so it's stomach problems, right? What it is that he's probably constipated, and he's getting bad stomach cramps because he's got basically big farts to come out. That's probably what's going.
Charmaine, she didn't ask me if I'm busy on Friday.
Because I know you're not. You're gonna be here.
I assumed that he was busy on Friday.
Yeah, but I'll probably be late.
Wait, what are you doing Friday?
Well, I'm just saying. Just expect it.
Oh, okay.
He's never 21 minutes late for you though, Sonny. So
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Lots of times, actually. Lots of times, yeah.
21 minutes? That's a lot.
He's been longer. He's been a lot longer. Yeah.
Girl math, that's like an hour late.
Yeah. Anywho, right, Travis? Anywho, okay, you guys, there's 69 people watching right now. That's a perfect time to end this live. Okay, so see you on Wednesday, perhaps, I suppose, eh? Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Aspen, are you too busy for us on Wednesday?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. So if there's any stuff that you could put together for more Delphi showing off of stuff of things, go ahead. Charmaine, you don't have to do anything. Just sit there and look beautiful. Actually,
I'll see if I can. I
You know
know
what?
he took a couple of pictures, like he zoomed in. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
We'll
if you
see.
could just fly out to New York, okay, Ian. If she could just fly out to New York, whip over there, go take some snapshots of Rex Heuermann's house and visit Alexa, whatever, do whatever, and then just whip back here on Wednesday. You can show that coverage.
My brother's actually going to New York at the end of the month.
Oh, well, Rockefeller Tree. There you go. Yep. When does Adam have to return to work? Yeah, when do you?
A week from today.
A week from today.
I remember I'd taken off the entire trial, so
Yeah, but I didn't know if you kept it.
yeah. I'm still filled up my whole schedule. So as far as like taking care of Sloan and doing things, so
Oh.
hopefully I'll have some time to rest and
Okay. Well, do you want to take? You don't want to take? Do you want to not do Wednesday? Because I don't care. You know me.
No, I mean we can tentatively plan on doing something Wednesday.
Huh,
Who knows?
you know,
I don't even know what's going on in other cases, so
no
it'd be
problem.
nice
If
to
not,
hear.
yeah, me and Charmaine
What-
will just ditch you, and no problem. We can handle it. Just saying, we don't need you. We don't need.
Oh, I know.
I know. We want you, but we don't need you. Yeah. Okay, you guys. Okay, so thank you guys for sharing your stories, your adventures, and stuff like that. And of course, justice for Abby and Libby. At the end of the day, hopefully Sebastian is found. Uh, I can hardly wait for the day that Brian Koberger rots in hell and all that stuff. And same with Richard Allen too, because I think he's did it. I think he's just a matter of time on that one. But we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. Anyways, bottom line is always first and foremost prayers to all the victims of the missing and the murdered, and hopefully this little boy finds his way home. Hopefully he's still alive somewhere. Alrighty. Okay. Oh, I haven't heard anything on Caleb. Yeah, there's nothing new about Caleb either. There's another one. There's a lot going on here, to be honest with you. A lot of different stories going on. I was following that little TikToker Ali, and stuff like that. I was watching that. So, anyways, you guys have a great night. Love you.
Love you. Have a
Love
good
you.
night.
Let's see how fast Charmaine ditches out when we
I'm
go.
gonna ditch out too quick. I'm tired.
It's
Yeah.
23 minutes. 23 minutes past my bedtime.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. 24. Okay. Bye, guys. Thank you. Oh, and thank you, John Spain, for that super chat, and Farmer for becoming a member. Okay. Thank you.
A Norfolk night, the world is cold. We stand surrounded, we are not alone. Within my reverie, there's holy light. Without an honor, we stand and fight. A Norfolk